Hey guys, Hudd here from fearpaintball.net, and today we're going to be doing a review on the Check-It Products Classic V2 pump gun. This pump gun is basically a WGP autococker that Check-It put a few of their parts on and turned into a pump gun. WGP made the body. It's 2004 Pro Stock body. It is drilled for eyes. They made the bolt, the ASA, grip frame, reg, and barrel. Check-It put their lower tube internal kit in here. It comes with a polished hammer, springs, and a valve. It's supposed to be a high flow valve. To me it looks like the stock WGP valve, but I could be wrong. They put a pump kit on here, which is a very nice pump kit. It's basically a CCM knockoff. It has dual rods just like the CCM. Keeps it from wiggling back and forth, so I got really hardly any slop in this pump kit at all. One thing I do really like about this pump kit that I think it kind of outperforms the CCM on is the pump handle is milled for these large O-rings to fit around it, and it's really nice for when it's wet outside or you got paint all over your hands or something like that. You really get a nice grip on the pump handle. So your Check-It products also added their own ball detent system. It's a really nice ball detent because it's totally rebuildable. And they added this little guy back here. It is the Check-It products eye cover. These guns come drilled for eyes. Autocockers use reflective eyes, so there's only one eye hole, and this thing just covers it up. So there's no longer a hole there, so you can't get water or dirt, things like that in your breech. So nice little addition there. When you buy this gun, it's a great gun right out of the box to start playing pump with. It's an open class pump, which means that it has takes any hopper you'd like and any tank you'd like. It's not like this Phantom, which you have to use 12 gram CO2s or maybe a 3.5 ounce tank down here, and has a horizontal feed that you have to rock forward to chamber a ball, and you feed it with 10 round tubes. This one holds 12 rounds. So yeah, this one you can put a 50 round pocket hopper on there or a Pinocchio with a nose cone, doesn't really matter, and you can put any tank you want on here. The autocockers will run off, or the snipers I guess, will run off CO2 or compressed air, so you're pretty open as far as air sources. But yeah, when you buy this gun right out of the box, it's a great shooting gun. It comes tuned for you, so you don't have to tune it. The only thing I would recommend doing is right away, when you order this gun, order a new barrel with it. The barrel that comes with it is basically junk for playing pump. The reason is because of the bore size. It's a 690, 691, something like that, somewhere in that neighborhood. But you want a pretty small bore barrel when you're playing pump. The reason is because the detent, if you notice, is located pretty much straight below the breech. So ball gets, or excuse me, the feed neck. So the ball gets chambered in. The only thing the detent is doing is stopping a second ball from entering the breech and double feeding. After that, the bolt brings the ball forward, and the only thing holding the ball in place then is the barrel. So if you don't have a underboard barrel, you will get rollouts, and rollouts are very frustrating when you're playing pump because you can be running down the field, go take a shot, and the ball that you're supposed to shoot fell out of your barrel 15 feet back there. So you are shooting air, and you have to chamber another ball and get you shot sometimes. So yeah, I would recommend for this gun. It takes autococker threaded barrels, obviously. The Freak kit is what I have on here. It's a nice barrel. You can put probably a 679, 682 insert to go with those, and you'll be good for most paint. Any insert kit really will work. Another good barrel for it would be like the Lapco Pico Shot. It's basically a big shot, but it's .681 bore. Really nice barrel. A lot of people like the CP .685 classic barrels, the one pieces. Not a bad barrel at all, but for pump, still probably just a little big. You probably want to go down to 682 or something like that, because still a lot of paint's going to roll through a 685. So yeah, you definitely want it snug. You don't want to match your paint. You want to underbore with it. So yeah, next upgrade I would consider doing to this gun was put a single trigger grip frame on here like I have. This is a 32-degree sliding trigger frame. The grip frame that came on it is this 2-finger swing trigger, and I mean it's okay, but the reason I would upgrade to a single trigger is because when you are shooting with a your traditional electronic marker or something like that, basically you have your offhand supporting your gun, tank sits back here, and your strong hand comes up here and it just fans the trigger, walks it, or just kind of pops off stuff. It's not really supporting the gun. With a pump, it's the exact opposite. You hold back here. This is where all your support comes from. Tank's still on the shoulder, but your offhand is used to just pump the pump kit with. You're really not supporting the gun too much with your offhand. So you really need a firm grip on here. So with a single trigger grip frame, you can really get your hand around here and get a good grip on it. Whereas with a 2-finger, it's a little harder. Good grip frames for that. This is just a 32 degrees frame. They're cheap frames, probably 30 bucks. So what you can pick one up for. WGP frames are pretty nice too. The CCM single triggers are really nice too, but once again a little on the expensive side. I would just go with a cheap slider because they all pretty much do the same thing. After that, really this gun is a great shooting gun. With those 2 upgrades, you really have a nice pump gun. Probably not the best on looks. You're gonna have this. The reg isn't the greatest looking. This one is an Empire reg. I switched out the Ergo reg for this because it's black, so it matches a little better. But the Ergo reg's a great reg. Just didn't match. The ASA is just a cradle ASA. It's pretty ugly. Once again, other than that, it functions really well. So I switched out to a CP on-off direct mount. But as far as performance goes, another upgrade you can go with would be a new bolt, and the reason being is because here's the stock bolt. These O-rings are rubber, and their purpose for them is to create a seal. Well, that causes friction on the inside of the gun and kind of puts a kink in the pump stroke. So if you're kind of picky about your pump stroke, like I was a little bit, I would recommend just a Delrin O-ringless bolt. They work really well. Get one of these for probably about 25 bucks. So yeah, if you do that, you're gonna have a really nice pump gun. The only other upgrade that I would recommend, and this is only if you really want to make this thing throw some paint, even though it's a pump. If you're in some tight situations, or you think that you're gonna need some extra firepower every once in a while, this thing right here, the Gap Products Auto Trigger Kit, is a great addition to this gun. It retails for about $65, I think, and I bought this kit literally the day it went on sale. Got it in the mail a couple days later, and I couldn't get it to work. The reason was the pump arm was too short for the gun, so it wouldn't let the system work together. So I called Gene at Gap Products, said, hey, pump arm's too short, shipped me out a new one. A couple days later, I got it in the mail, installed it, everything worked great. A couple days after that, got a phone call from California, so I answered the phone, and it was Gene from Gap Products, just wanting to know how my Gap Product Auto Trigger Kit was functioning on my gun, and make sure everything was working well. So that was great customer service on Gap Products. And what the Gap Products Auto Trigger Kit does, or just any auto trigger kit really, does is you hold down the trigger, pump the gun, bring it back, and it shoots without you having to do this. So, or this. And you can really get on the thing, and you just kind of, and you can get this thing going pretty quick. So yeah, it's a really nice addition to a sniper because you can really put out some paint with it. 2 things I would recommend doing if you get this is on your lug going into the screw going into your lug, put some Teflon tape on it, because if that thing backs out at all, the system will stop working. And on the pin that connects to the pump arm, it will want to back out on you as you get going on it. So I recommend just putting a autococker three-way O-ring on it, and that will make it stay in really well. So anyways, Hudd from Fear Paintball here. I'm sure there'll be more reviews to come. Check us out on the web at fearpaintball.net, and thanks.